All right, let's talk about something that's become, well, a part of our daily lives here in India, UPI. I mean, we use it for everything, right? Your morning chai, your bills, it's just instant. But it turns out that whole system is about to get a pretty big tune-up, and you're going to want to know about this.
Oh man, you know the feeling. You're at the counter, you scan the code, and nothing. Just that spinning wheel of doom. It's got to be one of the most frustrating things, right? Well, there's a reason that happens, and it's a sign of just how massive the UPI system has become. And that's exactly what we're getting into.
So, here's the deal. Starting August 1st, 2025, some new rules are kicking in for every single UPI app out there. Doesn't matter if you're on PhonePay, Google Pay, whatever. Now, before you groan, this isn't about making your life harder. It's actually the opposite. The whole point is to make UPI stronger and, way more reliable for all of us.
Okay, so what's actually changing? Well, the people who run the whole show, the National Payments Corporation of India, you'll hear them called MPCI, they've seen that the system is, frankly, under a ton of pressure. So, to keep it from breaking, they're rolling out 5 big changes.
All right, let's break down these 5 new rules. First, checking your balance. You'll now be able to do that up to 50 times a day on an app. I mean, who checks more than that anyway, right? Second, autopay, for your subscriptions or EMIs. Those are going to be processed in specific time slots now. A lot of them before 10 a.m., just to spread out the load. Third, what if you need to reverse a payment? You'll be able to ask for a reversal 10 times a month, but no more than 5 times to the same person or company. Fourth is your transaction history. You can pull that up 25 times a day. And finally, and this one's important, when you're nervously checking if a payment went through, you'll only be able to check the status 3 times for that one transaction, and you have to wait 90 seconds between checks. It just gives the system a chance to catch up.
Now, I know what you might be thinking. Limits? That sounds annoying. But honestly, once you see the numbers, the sheer scale of what UPI is handling, it all starts to make perfect sense. The why behind all this is, well, it's just mind-boggling.
Just look at that number. 10,839 crore. Let's translate that because it's a huge number. That's over 10.8 billion, with a B, transactions in just 1 month. The system is just churning through an unbelievable number of payments every single day.
And it's not like that was a fluke, a one-time thing. Look at the trend here from earlier this year. Month after month after month, we're consistently over that 10,000 crore mark. That's more than 10 billion transactions every time. Imagine the constant, non-stop pressure that puts on the entire system. It never gets a break.
And then there's this. This just puts it all in perspective. If you take every single real-time digital payment happening in the entire world, India accounts for almost half of them. I mean, just let that sink in. One country is doing about 50% of the planet's real-time payment volume. That's absolutely incredible. But it also means we have a huge responsibility to keep that engine running.
So when you see those numbers, it's pretty clear why these changes are happening. It's really all about managing that success. The main goal is to take some pressure off the servers, especially during that crazy busy 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. rush hour. It's about getting ahead of the problem, to stop system failures before they happen. We all remember the big outages back in March and April. Nobody wants a repeat of that. This is all about keeping UPI trustworthy and, most importantly, fast.
Okay, so enough with the technical stuff. Let's boil it all down to what really matters. How does this actually affect you? What's going to feel different the next time you go to pay for something?
Look, it's easy to hear new rules and immediately think the worst. Oh great, is this going to get more complicated? Are they going to start charging us for this? But the reality is, no. Actually, it's the total opposite. The whole reason for these changes is to make your payments go through smoother and more reliably. And let's be super clear. For you, the user, UPI is still going to be completely free. And if you listen to what the people who design these rules are saying, the message is really simple. They're saying, look, we're not trying to make things difficult for you. Their number one goal is to make the whole system more convenient, more smooth. This is about protecting the experience we all love, not messing with it.
So here's the bottom line. If there's one thing to take away from all this, it's that these new rules aren't roadblocks. Think of them more like guardrails on a highway. The UPI highway is getting busier and faster every day,
And these guardrails are just there to make sure everything keeps running smoothly and safely for everyone.
And that kind of leaves us with a really interesting thought, right? We've seen how huge UPI is, and now we're seeing it grow up and get stronger. So as India really cements its place as the world's digital payment leader, what's next? What do you think is the next big thing for UPI? Something to chew on.